my travels and so.
Whether you say it's a big bang or not, were they created? Yes or no?
Well,
everything has a creation.
It depends on what you mean. Create, what you mean, because you say, because you say, no, because you say a creator, that means someone who created everything. So if I say created, that means kind of that I also have to assume that there is a creator, which I do not, right?
What does create mean? I think you're doing semantics because you don't want to agree because it might make you look a certain way. But I just want you to be true. Create. What does create mean?
Build something.
Right. Whether you say the Big Bang or not, the Big Bang was used to build our galaxy. Yes or no?
You can say that, yes.
Okay. So that means that those things were created. Whether you say it was a power or intelligence or not, which I'm going to show you that I believe it's based off of scientific principles.
Stay down.
But whether you say it was intelligence or not, we see that there was still a creation of these things. And we see that these things sustain life. So factually and looking at it, observing it like what a scientist is supposed to do, theoretically, we can say that the universe and everything in it was created to sustain life because it was created and it sustains life.
Kind of, yes. But you can't say that some entity or force was behind it.
I didn't say that. All I said was we see that this. Okay. All I said was we see that our universe, our galaxy, or however you want to put it, in our world was created to sustain life. That's the anthropic principle. That's your scientific principle.
Okay.
Electric grid.
You understand? So with that being said, now we can see these things, right? I'm gonna give you an example. I have a fish tank.
Grid is
right? In my fish tank, I create its environment.
Here they come.
In my fish tank, there has to be a certain level of bacteria for the fish to live in. Okay? And I have to regulate the temperature. I have to regulate and make sure that they have the good bacteria that they need to sustain their life in my fish tank. Also, the heat. I have to regulate the heat that they need to be able to stay alive. We can see based off a simple science project of how to sustain life with a fish tank that somebody needs to manage it.
Yes. Well, yes. In your fish tank, yes.
Now, if you're going to say that somebody needs to manage the whole fish tank, do you think somebody needs to manage this whole world to sustain the life?
No, because then you have to prove that this creator, whatever he is, exists, and you can't do that.
Okay.
But I think if we go into that topic in order to talk about the creator, I think we're off topic, right? Because science.
Hello? What's up, bro? Yeah.
If you want your job, you better show the fuck up. Because you didn't call in this morning.
They said show up. I just got up. I gonna be late then. I ain't gonna be there right now. I just got up. Yeah, that's why I called you. I got up early. I got up early in the morning. I was up at 3 in the morning and shit. I don't know the number. Huh? No, I was gonna come in tomorrow, but shit. I don't have the number. Text me the number. You hear me? Yeah. All right.
Something is here. I can't
feel
it.
My shit.
fast as we can. But we need you to buy. Hold on as long as possible.
The door smasher. Woo! Creeper taken out. Door charge set. Coming up. Lurker nearby. Shit! I see a creeper. I can use Thanks. Stop shooting. Not as bad as it looks. Thanks. All right, let's do this.
We got engine. They're everywhere.
Friendly down over here. Screamer! Take him out! Oh, yeah! Racking him up! I got you, buddy.
I can't go on. Help me. Help. Just get up.
The Bible. I'm thinking about the different stories in the Bible.
No, that's what he did. You brought that up. That's a whole other topic. I'm showing you that so far in our whole conversation, it seems like science and the Bible is going hand in hand.
Well, according to you, we didn't agree on the moon, and we don't agree on that some entity or some creator created
that's
the universe.
Based off. Watch this. Well, that's not based off of what the scripture says. That's based off an interpretation of what the scripture is saying. You're choosing to interpret it as how you're choosing to interpret it, and I'm telling you that's not how it's being interpreted. That doesn't mean that it's not true. Does the moon have a light? Yes or no? It does. You can see it at nighttime on the 15th. So the point is, the point is, does the Bible contradict that statement? No, it doesn't, because simply you can go outside and you can see that there's a light on the moon.
But that is kind of how you see it according to the Bible. But you also said that you had the Creator and He was able to create life from dirt, right? But we haven't seen it.
Light from darkness. Life, what's
matter? The Creator, God, He created Adam from dirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Bible says. You believe that, but we have no evidence.
Well, it says that He created. What's this?
If I may finish.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We have no evidence of that ever being possible to create something from dirt. And if you believe somebody is able to create something or life from dirt, well, you first have to prove that this something, someone, entity can do that or does exist. But if we are to do that, I think that is off topic. See where I'm going with this?
Let's do this. Let's see what we can prove. Because that's why I read Romans. We can see that through His creations, we can see that there's a Creator. Just like I gave you the example of me sustaining the life in my fish tank, and just like we just proved that our world and our universe was created to sustain life. But let me read something to you, because He just wasn't created from dirt. This is Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. It says, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." We just proved that our bodies are connected with dirt, right?
That is what later on.
No, what I said, we just proved it.
No, reading something is not proof.
Do our bodies need copper? Is copper beneficial for our bodies?
Yes, and so is all the other different elements.
Exactly, and those elements can be found in the what?
Yeah, those are elements can be found
in the dirt. In the dirt.
Yeah. And in the waters also. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we eat from the dirt. So a lot of these minerals, we eat from the dirt, and we're eating of these minerals because they're beneficial for our bodies. So there's a connection between dirt and our bodies, correct?
In order for us to sustain life, yes, but that doesn't prove that someone has created someone from dirt.
I'm proving to you that this statement is a fact, because I can show you that our bodies, right, directly benefit from dirt. And I'm going to also show you, this is the second part. It also says not only just dirt, it says He breathed into the nostrils the breath of life. That's dealing with our spirit. Now, I don't know if you believe in the spirit or not, but we have something inside of us that's giving our bodies life. We have an energy that flows throughout our body that gets us warm, right? I'm about to. When you die, your body turns what?
When I die?
When you die, when somebody dies, your body turns what?
I don't know. I guess it turns blue to the lack of oxygen going into my cells, and then therefore they start to deteriorate and form gases, which then again turns different kinds of colors onto my skin, and then I slowly decay. So I can't say what color I turn.
Simply when you die, your body turns cold and stiff.
Yeah,
your body turns cold. I know. I've been to funerals and I touched dead bodies before.
Yeah, but
their body becomes cold and stiff.
Yeah, but only get rigor mortis for, let's say, about 12 hours. Yeah, that's not limit.
Yes, but the point is the body turns cold.
Right. I can agree that he turned cold.
Okay. Now, what is the source of heat that's causing your body to heat up?
Or that is the energy that we get from the food that we digest.
That is the energy. How is that so? When the baby is created, there's an energy before they eat. You know about reproduction stuff, right?
Yes.
When the seed hits the egg, there's a combustion, or there's like a spark that ignites. If you will, science. Oh, listen, yes it is. Listen, I've done this. This is science. You should look this up. This is science. When that seed hits that egg, there is an energy that starts to rapidly get those cells and everything together.
That could be, yes. Yeah.
No, that is.
Okay.
That is. So with that being said, there's an energy source before you begin to eat. Now, once you're born, you need to sustain that energy source by continuing to eat from the dirt. So it also proves that the biblical statement can be proven true. If you get out of your biased mentality, you can see that, dang, you need dirt to sustain life, and you need a source of energy. The Bible is telling you that the dirt and that source of energy that came from the Creator is what created the first life.
Now, but you say,
What? Shit, man, really?
Because you keep saying dirt,
I need help.
but it's not dirt. We need herbs, right? We need fruit, plants.
Definitely.
That's not dirt. That's plants coming from dirt, right? Growing the
I'm
dirt.
down.
So these are the plants that you need to eat in order to get the minerals that you need in order to have a healthy body. Right, but you also need meat, right? Because there's a lot of protein in meat.
Right, and I also said that the animals that the Bible tells us to eat from the what?
They both eat. They eat the herbs, but they also eat.
They eat from the dirt,
right? And the fish, right?
We're talking about mammals. Wait, hold on, time out. This. We don't want to. Let's stay on point. The point is, we need the dirt to sustain life.
No, we need the vegetation to sustain life. We need the food to sustain life.
Without dirt, there's no vegetation, my brother. Right,
but the minerals and all that is in the dirt, which makes the seeds grow.
Without dirt, which hold all of the minerals that I just mentioned.
Yeah, right.
You're proving my point. Without that, we have no vegetation and we have no energy.
Right, and then we have no life. I agree.
Right, yes. Exactly. So life comes from the what? From the dirt. Just say it, brother. Just say it.
Not in the water. Not in the water. You have fish in the water, so I can't say that. Do we have fish in the water? Do they feed on dirt? No, they do not. So life does not come from dirt. Right?
Listen, does fish have...
I'm asking you a question.
No, it does. It does.
Do we have fish? Do we have fish in the water? Yes or no?
I'm about to answer your question. Do we have
fish in the water? Yes or no?
Yes, let me answer your question.
Okay, do they eat from the dirt? Or do they eat other fish, plants in the water? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Let me
answer your question.
You know they don't eat from the dirt. I'm about to answer your question though. Listen to me. If you take away dirt and you only eat fish, will fish give your body the nutrients at its totality that it needs to have?
I believe so. The Eskimos approve of that.
No, it won't. You still have to eat other things to get certain minerals. Fish does not give you matter of fact, fish has a higher level of, is it copper? I think it's copper. That fish have Lashi, what is that? The fish have a higher level of what in it? That's not good for you? Huh?
No,
it's not magnesium.
Omega-3, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So, with that being said, you can't just survive on fish. If I never ate fish again and only ate from the dirt, I could survive. Mercury. Thank you. Mercury. Thank you, brothers. Mercury. Absolutely. Fish has a high concentration of mercury. So the point is,
they haven't had that all the time.
Look, listen. The point is,
what do you think the Eskimos were eating 5,000 years ago? They
don't just eat fish though. Their diet does not just consist of fish. All right.
Then what does it consist of?
Let's look it up. Now we get into what do Eskimos do.
Yeah, because Eskimos are human. And just say human, they need to eat from the dirt in order to survive. Otherwise, they can't. And I'm telling you, Eskimos, they eat the fish and they eat seal.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying it's not bad to eat fish.
No, but I'm saying they can sustain life without eating anything from the dirt. That's what I'm saying. That is proof of that right there in the Eskimos.
Let's see.
Because it's so cold.
Let me look it up real quick.
They can't grow any vegetation in Greenland. Well, in the midst of Greenland.
Okay, no. There's definitely vegetation that they eat. That still grows.
I know your ass is there.
All right.
Yeah, but right
they
now.
eat, hold on. They eat wild edible plants in the Arctic. Lime grass, silverweed, rumex, spruce. Yeah, so they eat vegetation. There's still vegetation that grows in the Arctic that they eat. Yeah. There's still well, so now you're wrong with that.
Well, I think
they still have to eat some type of plant. Okay, so with that being said, they don't just survive when
well, I would say they do. I don't have the link to like
they don't. Right now. I just here. You need to look it up so you can see it. So you can share my screen.
No, it's okay. Okay, we can move on. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, well, we can definitely see.
Do you have a topic like that? With most of them. Maybe you have something for me that you want to check through.
Yeah, I want to talk about the law of motion.
Yes.
You know the law? Are you familiar with the law of motion?
Isn't it the one that any object that hasn't been objected to an outside straight line motion?
Let me read it. It says, the laws of motion state and prove that an object will remain at rest until an external force acts upon it. And the amount of force used to move an object has to be equal or greater than the object being moved. So what external force acts upon the Big Bang and create that?
We don't know.
You don't know?
No, no, we don't know. We don't know which force created.
But you would have to agree that there is a force that had to act upon the Big Bang Theory.
No, I can't agree on that because we don't know.
That's what the law of motion says. That's what your scientific law says.
Well, well, you can't apply every scientific law to everything because there's still something in the universe that kind of intriguing. How can that be that they move that way?
So you just
I thought I got him already. What the fuck?
In our current state, yes, but you can't put it into the Big Bang because we didn't have gravity in Big Bang. We didn't have a lot of the atoms and the way things go on.
State that it just simply says that something, an external force has to act upon something for it to move. It doesn't state that you need atoms or anything like that. It just states that in order for something to move, an external force has to act upon it.
Yes.
So with that being said, the law of motion will have to apply to the Big Bang Theory.
No. Because atoms and gravity, even time, did not exist prior to the Big Bang.
The law of motion doesn't state anything with time or gravity. It just simply says that an outside force has to act upon something for it to get motion. That's what it simply says. It doesn't say you need time or you need any of that.
Where are you?
I know that.
So the question was, okay. So the question is, the answer is you just don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me ask you another question.
Yes.
And let me ask you another question. Time, right?
Yes.
Was time created after the Big Bang or before the Big Bang?
Since we don't know what's prior to the Big Bang, time was created at the Big Bang.
But doesn't it take time for the process to have a Big Bang?
As I said earlier, the way we have discovered or investigated how the Big Bang came to be,
I'm out of bullets.
just prior to the Big, we're talking milliseconds, in tens to the billion seconds. There wasn't any law of gravity. There wasn't time.
But doesn't it take time for that type of catastrophic explosion to happen?
It happened, yes.
But doesn't it take time for that to happen?
Time didn't exist. So yes, after that.
So how did it happen if time didn't exist, right? How did the Big Bang happen in time?
As soon as to my knowledge, as I said, I'm not a scholar or an expert in astrology or so forth, but as soon as the Big Bang happened, boom, then time started. That is what we know.
But did the Big Bang happen in the process of time?
As soon as the Big Bang started, let's say that. As soon as the Big Bang was initiated, I'm sorry. But prior to that, we don't know. It's kind of like having a car, right? The car is sitting still, standing still, it's not moving. But as soon as it starts moving, right, just for a quarter of an inch, then time to go.
But that doesn't make sense because in order for it to even begin to start moving, there has to be some type of process of time.
Right. So you
so with that,
and to me, it doesn't either make sense. But that's what the science has found out up to now. Time did not exist prior to the Big Bang.
So you just believe something that doesn't make sense? I would rather believe that an intelligent creator did. I would rather believe. What's this? It makes more sense to me. We can look at our universe. We can look at our solar system. We can look at our ecosystem. We can look at everything that sustains life. We can look at and see that it was some type of it takes some intelligence or some mathematical equations, even with the distance of the sun and the distance of the earth. We can see this. Matter of fact, we can see geometry in all throughout life and creation. So and what do you use geometry for? When you build a house, you need what? You need geometrical, mathematical equations to build a house.
Right.
So now, when I look at creation and I look at the certain mathematical equations that we can see within our solar system and our galaxy, right? And I can see that this is some type of intelligent situation going on here. And also,
that's what you put on.
I can see this. It's not what I put onto it. Like, for instance, when you look at a house, when you look at a nice house, you don't think the house just blew up and got there. You say, dang, somebody put that house there and constructed it in a nice way.
And do you know how I can see that?
Because you can see the house.
No. Yeah, well, I can't see the house, but we have multiple tests and evidence that humans have built houses throughout the last 100, maybe 100,000 years. We've built some kind of house. That is evidence that humans are capable of building houses in different shapes or forms.
Okay.
What you are saying is that some entity somehow created everything. That is, to me, well, we have to go into a philosophical question because you made an extraordinary claim, right? You made an extraordinary claim that somebody or something created the universe. But in order to make such an extraordinary claim, you have to provide an extraordinary evidence.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? When you look at the pyramid, who built the pyramid?
The Egyptian did.
How do you know that?
Through history, science, facts, and what do you call them? The hieroglyphs.
They still don't know. They still don't know how they built the pyramid.
Scream it down.
Well, that was not your question. You said
so my question. So when I ask you who built the pyramids, you randomly can associate. This is the point. You randomly associate. Oh, humans did. The Egyptians did. But yet we have no proof. We have no proof of how they constructed. But we can just wait. But with our understanding of nothing just is put there, and us being creators, we can say, well, even though we don't understand how or the process of what they did to put it there, we know that they still did it because it's there. And nothing, the pyramids are not just going to appear. The same way I can say, look, I don't know how the creator did it, but I can see that it's some type of intelligence that did it.
Yeah, but what I can do, well, the example with the pyramids is that I can show you historical evidence, historical facts, scriptures, and all kinds of scientific facts to show that people built the pyramids and the Egyptians built the pyramids. We can do that by carbon dating. We can do that by.
How you know they just didn't see the big pyramids already there and they just started writing them? How you know that?
I have to trust the. I can't remember. I have to trust the ones who are studying this.
Oh, so you just have to blindly believe them.
No. You say believe. There's a difference between believe and trust, right?
Are you sure?
I don't believe my car will start in the morning. I don't have faith in that. But I trust, since it has done that the last 10,000 times, then I trust it will do it again. I don't believe an airplane will fly. I don't have faith that it can fly. I have scientific facts and evidence that it can fly, so I trust that the airplane will fly. So there's a difference between belief and trust.
So John,
right?
let me. Okay. So look,
do you agree there's a difference between those two, belief and trust?
Yeah, I'm walking with you. Now this is my question.
Yes.
You said wholeheartedly we know for a fact the Egyptians created the pyramids, right?
Yes.
The pyramids, right? You said because you have proof and hieroglyphs and things like that. Then I said, well, how you know they just didn't stumble on those monuments and just start writing them? They're hieroglyphs. Then you in turn said, well, I just have to trust what the people told me, that research.
The scientists that I have to put my trust in those who knows about this.
So why do you get trust in those? Right. So now let's bring it back to the topic at hand. I'm not telling you nothing different than what you just told me right now. I have to put my trust in the Holy Scriptures that come from God on how this world was created.
Yes.
Because based off the evidence, you can see that somebody strategically put these things here.
You said something interesting here. You said you hit it right there. You said that somebody created it.
A living force.
Somebody, that means someone. That is a claim that you make, and you have to sustain that claim with some evidence and proof. And just citing the Bible doesn't cut it. That's not enough. You have to prove that this God exists. But that I said again, that would be
I'm going to get a clip. I'm going to get a clip from Albert Einstein, but before I get that clip from Albert Einstein, which is one of the greatest scientific minds that says and knows that there is a creator, I'm going to read another one of your scientific terms that also proves that there has to be a creator. And this is spontaneous generation. Have you heard of spontaneous generation before?
No.
Okay.
I have not. No.
Spontaneous generation is this. Okay. It means that life can only bring forth life. Okay. So life can only bring forth life. You look into spontaneous generation. It basically states that life comes from life. Do you agree with that?
Yes. I can agree with that.
You agree with that? Okay.
Yes.
So, seeing that life only comes from life, according to this scientific law, a life has to be there to create a life.
Yes.
So, meaning there has to be a living creator that created life.
No. You're jumping the gun here. You're saying
that's the first scientific term.
No. It doesn't say that a creator is needed to create.
No, it says life comes from life.
Yes, I agree. Okay. But you said in order for life to come about, there has to be a creator to create that initial life, right?
I said there has to be a life. Right? Yes. According to spontaneous generation, it says life comes from life.
Yes, and then you go back and back, like, who created that life, who created that life? You said then that means that there has to be a creator. Did I hear you wrong?
This is, let me explain it. This is your
Did I hear you wrong if you just say that you need a creator? I'm
about to explain it. When we were talking about how you believe life came into existence when there was a woman, remember when I asked you, was there a woman in place that in the beginning of the explosion of the Big Bang Theory with those molecules and all of that, and you said no, there was no woman, but there was life, correct?
We didn't know when the first woman and man was made.
But there was life.
We don't know how life originated. Yes.
Oh wait, that's not how. But there was life. Even though you don't know, I know you don't know how life originated, but we know that there was life.
Yes.
Right. So according to spontaneous generation, if there was life, that means that life has to come from a life.
Screamer, take him out.
But as again, scientists doesn't know today how the first life originated.
That's not my point. My point is that there has, even though we don't know how that life originated, there still has to be a life that life came from according to spontaneous generation.
Yeah, but that's spontaneous. I think I haven't heard it, but my logical conclusion would be that
down over here.
That law, that's scientific fact. It's made. You have different scientific facts that are made according to each other, right? So
You don't agree with
that? We go along.
But you just said you agree with this. You just said that you agree with spontaneous.
I do agree, but we also don't know how life originated. So that came.
That's not my point. That's not my point. My point is that we know that life was we know that life originated. Period, point blank. We know that life originated. So with that being said, spontaneous generation, which you agree to, says that life only comes from life. So let's say for instance that in the beginning with that life, a life is that life there.
Yes, that is what we found out, but we don't know the first life.
But you said yes, that's what we found out. So you believe that it was a life. We don't know the first life. Just saying. No, hold on. That's good. You're saying you don't know the first life, but you agree that it still was a life that put the life there.
I didn't. You're saying you're putting words in my mouth. You said that was the first life you put the life there. I didn't say that. I never said that.
No. You just said. Correct me if I'm wrong. You said we know that it was a life. We know that it was a life that where life came from. So all I'm asking you was, if there was a life, and life can only come from life, you have to agree that there was something that created that life. Because life can only come from life.
Yeah, well, yes, something created. I can agree with that. Something created that life.
And we say we say the Heavenly Father of the Bible. And you say what? You say the Big Bang Theory, but the Big Bang Theory is not a life. The Big Bang.
No. I don't say. I say we don't know, and you say you do, and I think that claiming that some creator created life is an extraordinary claim. And in order for you to prove that you believe and that is true, that some creator created that life, you have to provide an extraordinary evidence for that. You can't just say that God created it. So what evidence do you have that some God created that first life?
I'm bringing it out to you, and I'm going to do it with this statement. It says, it doesn't matter if you know who or what was the first life, there was a life. That's the point. The point, and that's what I'm making to you. The point is, according to your scientific terms, life can only come from life, which you agreed on. Yes. And I'm telling you that in the very beginning, when life was started, regardless of how you feel it was started or not, that life has to come from a life.
Okay, so back to the Big Bang.
So the Big Bang. Okay, so now, wait. So now, here's your question. Is the Big Bang life?
Hold on.
Is the Big Bang life?
No. What I'm saying is we have time now, but time wasn't started before the Big Bang. And you say life only can come from life, but we don't.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. Your scientific principle is.
Yeah, your scientific term says that life only can come from life, but we don't know how the first life originated.
That's not the point. The point is that there was a first life.
Yes, I agree that's a first life.
Before life on Earth, there was a life that created life on Earth.
No. Hey, hold on. You believe that? That before life on Earth there was a life?
That's what spontaneous generation says. It says that life can only come from life. So before there was a life on Earth, that life on Earth had to come from what?
Something like that. I don't know.
Right. According to your scientific term, they had to come from the life.
Yes, but again, it's yes. But yes, but we don't know how the first life originated. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's not the point. The point is that a life has to come from a life.
Yes, so we agree on that. A life has to come from a life. But you keep
right, so this is why I say, now, life, right, when you have something that's life, right, that means that it has to be like, for instance, when I create a life with no life or whatever it may be, I'm intelligently understanding that I'm about to create life.
Yes. I agree.
Okay, exactly. We both agree on that.
Yes.
Spontaneous generation agrees on that. So that means that whatever put the life here to start life on Earth had an understanding and an intelligence that it was doing so. And we can prove that not only with spontaneous generation, that life can only come from life, but we can also prove that with your other laws of the universe and how we can see that the universe is constructed to sustain life. Which we just read that other one. We just read the law, not the law of motion. We read the law of
thermodynamics. Was that one?
Not thermodynamics. It was the law of the anthropic principle. The anthropic principle. The anthropic principle states that the universe. So now let's do the evidence we have. We have the anthropic principle, right? That says that. Wait, no. Let's look at what we have. Listen, from your scientific terms, we have the anthropic principle, which says that the universe was fashioned to sustain life. We prove that. We have the law of motion, which states that something cannot be going to move without an external force acting on it. And we also have the law of spontaneous generation, which states that life can only come from life.
I agree on those, yes?
So with that being said, we have the universe was created to sustain life, to create life, and life, right?
Yes.
So that it was created intelligently to keep life alive.
Hold on.
Let me finish this. And spontaneous generation says that life can only come from a life. So with that being said, we can conclude that intelligent being that has life created the universe based off your
No.
Because
I have to cut you off. You said we can conclude in the beginning because you lost the train of thought that something has started this. That is what you conclude. Right? You conclude from these three laws that you have stated that something, someone, or whatever, some intelligent entity created this. That is your statement. Correct? Yes. Okay, so you have to prove, firstly, that this entity exists and how this entity created all this. And you can't do that in any of those.
Wait, spontaneous? No, you can. You can't. Hold on. Spontaneous generation. Life can only come from what?
No. You're claiming that.
Wait, hold on. No, I'm not claiming anything. I'm reading your scientific terms. It says life can only. Hold on. It says life can only come from what?
No, but you said that something, someone, some entity was the mastermind.
I'm gonna say life. I'm gonna say some life. Because life can only come from what?
So you said that so you're saying that some life created this life that we have on Earth, right?
Is that what you're saying? That's exactly what your scientific law says.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what your scientific law is saying.
No,
your scientific law is saying, your scientific law is saying life can only come from life.
Yes.
I'm not saying that. Your scientific law says that, and I agree with it. It says life can only come from life.
Yes.
That means that there has to be a life that created all life on Earth before there was a man and a woman, before any of that, before there was a life that started that production of life.
No, you can't deduct it that way. No.
So you don't believe in spontaneous generation?
We don't know how the first life was created.
That's not my point. That's not my point. My point is that life comes from life.
I agree. But what you're saying, what I think you're saying is, based on these three laws, that life only can come from life, that some entity outside this Earth or universe was behind all this.
Make a sound.
Right? Yes, exactly, absolutely. Because what is a life? Let me ask you this: what is a life?
Something breathing, living.
Something breathing, living.
I can say. It's a bacterial life.
If life, I would say it's alive.
Look at this.
The genes are alive. What I'm saying is absolutely. So what I'm saying is that life has to come from a life. So the reason why I can say that there was a creator is because it has to be something living, breathing. It's a life, and it created the organisms that were needed to sustain the life on Earth.
That's fine, but then you have to prove that. That's a statement. Look, you have to prove that.
Look, we're proving it now with your scientific law.
No, you're not proving it. You're stating it.
Listen, does life come from life? Yes, according to your scientific law, does life come from life? Yes or no?
I say yes. I can agree on that. Yes.
Okay.
And all the other things you will say yes. But ask me this.
So is there any? Let me hold on. I'm asking one question. So is there anything that you know that exists that doesn't come from life?
Yes, of course.
What?
Building houses.
A building comes from life. A building comes from life because a life had to create the building.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Are you? Who created the building?
I would say men did.
Men did in our men life.
Yes. But,
Okay, so the building.
is not
So wait. So it doesn't matter. But that building came from a life, right?
No, that building was created from construction things, right? Built by man.
Who used the construction things to create that building?
Man did.
Okay, and you use this example, right? Even though we know buildings are not logically, a building is not a life, right? Because remember, the law says a life comes from life. But I asked you, show me an example of anything that's a life that doesn't have a life attached to it. You said a building, which was the wrong example to use, but it's still such a beautiful example to use because you can even still see that there's an intelligent life that had to put that building there.
Yes, because I have evidence. I have seen people build buildings. We know.
Again, give me an example of a life being created without a life.
A life being created without a life.
Yeah. Give me an example of that.
Move it!
I don't think I can do that.
Medkit here!
Exactly, because everything that has life has to be created by life.
Right. Now you have to. Okay. Now you have to give me an example of that creator has created anything.
You said I have to give you an example. I can't comprehend it. But I can't. But you know what? I can give you an example of that. Hold up.
Is that a no?
I can give you an example.
Is that a no?
No, it's not. I can't.
So yes.
I can't give you an example of that. I could give you an example of the intelligent design of how our ecosystem is created.
So, but you can't give me an example of anything that this creator did. But I think we're off topic. I'm just saying.
Just like you can't give me an example, because I'm not. Look, I'm gonna say this: the creator's thoughts is way behind our ways. But what we do know is, and I wasn't here from the beginning. But what we do know is, hold on. But what we do know is this: with the evidence that we have mustered up, and I'm sure the audience will agree, with the evidence that we have mustered up together, we can see through your scientific terms, accompanied with the Bible, we can see that there was some type of intelligent life that created life.
Yes, but then again, you're making a claim. You're claiming that some type of intelligent life created life, and I'm saying, I don't know. And you say you do. So that is an extraordinary claim that you have to provide for that extraordinary evidence.
I think you're just confused right now because if you agree with the, but listen, if you agree with the law of spontaneous generation, then you agree that there was a life that created life.
I agree, but I'm not claiming that someone.
So with that being said, wait, you agree with that?
Yeah, but do you not? I think we're off topic, but then again, you agree that someone created this, right?
The topic is...
Okay, but now I think it's my turn to ask you a couple of questions. You agree that someone created life, right? Some intelligent being or whatever created
based
life,
off, right? Based off the Bible, based off your scientific terms, absolutely.
You do, right. So, in a scientific experiment, you have to test, prove, and study things in order to say it's a kind of effect, right? The law of motion that we have to make study of that we can show that an object is either silent or moving, and provided by a force greater than the object itself. Right? We have studied. We can study that. We can test it. We can show. We can prove it. You cannot prove that something created life.
I can.
You have to provide some kind of evidence.
No, I can't. The evidence is what you just said.
No. That is not evidence for someone creating it.
No, listen. That is evidence. Because wait, you just said that. Wait, hold on. Nothing can move unless the external force acts upon it, correct?
Yes, we can test
So what external force acted upon the Big Bang Theory to start?
I don't know. That is what I'm saying. I don't know.
You don't know. Wait, hold on. You don't know, but we know based off of the term, right? We know that there still has to be something that acts upon it. So you're saying you don't know. Wait, hold on. Listen. We're reducing the evidence. You don't know. Let's see what we have. We know that there was. I'm about to show you. We know that there was an external force that acted upon it to get things started. We know that based off of your
don't know. No, we don't know.
You just said you know, and then you just said you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So we don't know there was an external force acting upon it.
Do you believe that scientific term? Do you believe that the law of motion? Do you believe that law, that scientific law?
I have trust in that law, yes.
Okay, so with that law being said, we know that there has to be an external force that acts upon the Big Bang Theory, if that's what you believe.
That is what I trust, again.
Okay, so with that being said, hold on. With that being said, we might not know all the ins and outs of how, but we know that there certainly was, we both agree, you just said it, that there has to be an external force that acts upon the Big Bang Theory.
Who's next?
No, we didn't agree on that.
Brother, you just said it.
No, I mean an object. An object. I didn't say the Big Bang.
Okay, so now
we don't know.
Wait.
There's a difference between an object and the Big Bang.
Listen, right? The law of motion doesn't state what particular object it has to be. It just clearly states that for anything to start doing motion, an external force has to act upon it.
Yes, but what you have to realize,
so what I'm asking you is, an external force, hold on, do you agree that an external force has to act on anything that has motion, yes or no?
It depends, because in the singularity of the Big Bang, all laws of physics were suspended. They didn't exist.
One of them is hiding.
Time didn't exist. Gravity didn't exist. Nothing existed at that point.
The law of motion states
did not exist.
Anything cannot move upon it. Okay, so now,
but it did not exist.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm gonna show you how
you understand what I'm saying. You agree what I'm saying, that it did not exist.
I don't agree with what you're saying, but I understand what you're saying.
Okay, one thing. Okay, so that is my position.
So you're saying that nothing created something.
Nothing. No, that's not what I'm saying.
You said that. Wait, hold on. So something had to exist to create something.
Yeah, we know that something can create. Something can create something. That is what we know.
No. We know that something has to exist to create something. That's what the law of spontaneous generation is. Life can only create life. So, for example, you just said there was nothing that existed before the Big Bang. But then that would contradict your scientific law of that something can only come from something, or life can only come from life.
What I'm saying is all the laws of physics and all that we know about physics and the way things work, gravity and all that did not exist prior to the Big Bang. We don't know that. They did, everything was suspended. That's what I'm trying to say.
So what did did something exist?
Well, I'm not
based off your scientific laws. Did something exist?
There was some primordial soup at the beginning of the Big Bang.
Something existed. Don't know what it is. Something existed. Something existed.
Something was, because in order to have existence, you have to have time.
Exactly. You said something was.
Yes, because
the Creator said, "I am that I am."
No, in order for something to exist, you have to have a motion of time, and time did not exist. Right?
What's your fire?
At the beginning of the Big Bang, time did not exist.
Okay, so time did not exist before the Big Bang, right?
It wasn't a concept prior to the Big Bang, no.
Okay, so that means, but in order for something to exist, you have to have what?
Oh, yeah! Racking them up!
Time.
I don't know. Yeah, in order for something to exist, it has to be. In order for something to be created.
Right. It has to be. It has to be. You just said it. You said that there was no time prior to the Big Bang. Correct?
Right. Concept of time did not exist. No.
So it did not. So time did not exist. So, but the big, so the Big Bang couldn't exist until time existed.
No, because that is what I'm trying to tell you, right? Maybe you're not getting this, and maybe I'm not explaining it correctly. All the things you know, all the laws that you have stated throughout this debate, everything we know was suspended. It kind of did not exist at the beginning. At the very, very first beginning of the Big Bang, it did not exist.
So that means
So
light
all the laws you're stating, everything you're stating, it's not in effect. It's suspended.
So that means that life came from nothing. Then.
Creative juice.
No.
So that means something had to exist.
No, we don't know. We don't know. You can't say that life comes from nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we don't know.
Hey, I love you, brother. I think at this point you just don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I've been saying that all along.
So I think that if you don't know, you know, how can you, and this is all respect and love to you, but if you don't know, how can you bring up a point to say something else is wrong when you don't know? How can you say the Bible? How can you say the Bible is not right if you don't know?
Because I compare it to the scientific facts that we have today.
But you don't know.
No, I'm saying I don't know in according to the Big Bang. But everything that the Bible says, if we're taking Bible and does science disprove the Bible, I have to say yes.
But there's nothing that you brought up thus far that
we talked about the moon and the light, right? And I tried to get some scientific proof. Then we talked about how life was created. You say, well, the Bible says that life was created through dust, right? And we know that cannot be through scientific fact. We have to have a male and female in order to
Well, no, you can't say that because you don't know prior to the standards that we have. Like you said, you don't know. So you don't know what it was before. You don't know.
Yeah, I know, but
you can't say so. Wait, so you can't judge off what you do know because you don't know what you don't know that was prior to what you do know. You just admit that you don't know. So you don't know what the life that created all life, how he was able to create, because you don't know. So you can't speak.
Yes. That is what I'm saying. I don't know, but you say you don't know. I'm
saying I know according to the biblical narrative and how I can see the creator. And understanding that our comprehension, like you admitted, is nothing compared to the comprehension of whatever that life is that created our life. But if you're saying you don't know, then I think it's safe to say, well, you can't rule out that he used dirt to do it because you don't know it.
Yes, but you're making the claim. That's not me, right?
You can't denounce my claim. You can't denounce my claim because you don't know. At this point, all we can say is they're all theories.
No. I say I don't know. The way I see right in this debate, I say I don't know. You say you do. Then I say, well, then you have to provide evidence of your claim. And what I'm saying is, it's an extraordinary claim to state that some entity or intelligence created the universe and life on Earth. That's an extraordinary claim. In order for you, if I may finish, in order for you to make that statement, that extraordinary claim, you have to provide an extraordinary evidence. If you say to me, now let me finish. As you just said before, you have a fish tank, right? And I say, okay, a lot of people have fish tanks. I believe you have fish tanks. You may name your fish some names, I don't know. But that is just, that's an ordinary claim. But to say that something, or someone, or some intelligence created life, created the universe, and everything around us, that is an extraordinary claim. And you have to provide an extraordinary evidence to substantiate that claim. That is what I'm saying.
Razor wire defense is set.
Let's go. I read this earlier. I don't know if you remember. Let's go back to Romans. Real quick, let me read this. I read this earlier because I told you before I said I'm going to use this basis to prove my claim.
Okay.
Alright, so let's read this. Hold on. Let me get Romans. Romans 1 and 20.
Right.
Okay.
Electric grid activated.
It says Romans chapter 1, verse 20. It says, "For the invisible
Grid is
things
juice.
of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen." So we both agree with this statement because it says, "For the invisible things from him." Invisible meaning we can't see, meaning we don't clearly know, right? It says, "For the invisible things of him from the creation." So from the creation, we can't go back before creation. Prior to creation or prior to whatever the Big Bang is, you say, you can't go back. But watch what the Bible says. It says, "From the visible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen." But we can clearly see that the world has an intelligence of how it was created. I gave you the example of an ecosystem.
Yes,
Wait,
but that is...
hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
I gave you the example. You asked me how I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it what the Bible says to do. I gave an example of intelligence with an ecosystem. I gave you an example of intelligence with the universe. And then I followed that up with your own scientific terms that agree with that. Spontaneous generation. Life can only come from life. The anthropic principle. The universe and the world was fashioned to sustain life. And we can keep life alone. Right? It says being understood by the things that are made. So how do we understand it as a creator? We understand it as a creator by the things that are made. Even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So we can clearly see, like I gave an example with my fish tank. If you just seen a random fish tank on the street, but it had all the lights in it, it had everything it needed to sustain that house and all the cases may be, but you didn't see nobody put it there, you're going to automatically assume somebody smart enough to keep this fish tank going, put this here on the street. It's the same thing with the universe and the world. If we can see intelligent design that clearly designed the world and the universe to help sustain life and intelligence in creating life, then I can conclude the same way you can conclude that a life put a fish tank on the ground or that the Egyptians built the pyramids. And this is what I brought out this scripture earlier because you see the things that are created and how you know there's an intelligence. Whether you think it's the God of this Bible or whatever you think it is, there still is an intelligence based off of your scientific terms and based off the Bible. This is how you can tell. Now I'm looking forward to you after this. This is why I brought out your own scientific terms because your own scientific terms agree with this scripture. Spontaneous generation, the law of the anthropic principle, even the law of thermodynamics, even the law of energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. So we know that there was something that has life, because life comes from life, that had a large amount of energy sources
ready for action.
Destroyed, but transferred his understanding of life into more life, based off your scientific terms and based off of this scripture.
Could you give me the scripture again?
This is Romans chapter 2, verse 20.
Reloading.
Okay, one moment.
Yep, no worries.
Romans 2:20. Romans 2.
Romans chapter 1 and 20. I'm sorry, that's a lot.
Yes. There you go. Now, do you remember what I said about the extraordinary claims?
You can enlighten me.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Romans 1:20, where it says, "For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen." It's an extraordinary claim that him have created the world that are seen. That's an extraordinary claim. So in order for me to accept that, you have to prove that this him exists.
How do you do that according to this verse?
I don't know. That is not up to me. That is you.
No, read the verse.
I am You see, I am not the one making the claim, right?
Finish reading the verse. Finish reading the verse.
All right.
Because remember, we're
the
making this
visible
claim.
things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen.
What are
the things that are made, even his eternal power and godliness.
Slow down. What are those things? What are those things that we can clearly see that was created that is a bit like, for instance, the sun, the moon, the stars? These are extraordinary. Well, hold on, come on. These are.
No, you can read the.
I'm explaining. No, I'm explaining to you. No, hold on. Not yet. I'm going to say brother, slow down.
No. I would like to speak now, right?
Brother, I'm going to let you speak, but wait. I want to finish this. I was going to give you the floor after I made this statement based off your reading. I tried to tell you this stuff. The extraordinary claim and the extraordinary proof that we have is light in creation itself. Because would you agree that the earth, the moon, the suns, and the stars are extraordinary?
Yes.
So, in order to make an extraordinary claim, you need extraordinary proof. I do. I have the sun. I have the moon. I have the stars. Based off this scripture, I have life. I have intelligence. I have consciousness.
No. You have him. The scripture says that someone is behind it. And that is that someone you have to prove exists.
And how do I prove he exists?
I don't know. That is not up to me. I'm not making the claim.
We prove he exists in his creations.
What? No, you have to prove that he exists.
No, you can't tell. Look, you can't tell me how I have to do it. I'm telling you how the Bible says we do it, and I'm telling you how your science. I'm telling you how your scientific. I'm telling you how your scientific terms prove it, because your scientific terms. Yes, it does. Life only comes from life, correct?
Yes, but you have to prove that he exists. How you do it is not up to me. So how do you prove that God exists?
I just told you, but how are you going to contradict yourself by saying it's not up to you, and then I'm telling you how I'm proving this? I think everybody in the chat can understand and they agree. I'm telling you that I'm proving this through the creations we have around us. I asked you, you said an extraordinary claim. You said you just said an extraordinary claim has to have extraordinary evidence. I just asked you, is the sun, the stars, and the moon extraordinary? You said yes. So I'm using that evidence.
Yes, but the sun and the stars and the moon and the galaxies are not evidence that someone created.
You can't say that because we clearly see the intelligence behind the stars and the moon and the sun.
How?
And you agree?
No. Explain that. Explain that intelligence to me.
I think after this, because it's been 2 hours, but I'm going to say this last thing. I can see that we can conclude that based off your scientific knowledge. Life can only come from life. Spontaneous generation, the anthropic principle. The Earth and the Moon and the galaxy and the ecosystem and everything that's attributed to our galaxy and our planet was built to sustain life. So these extraordinary objects were built to sustain life. Life can only come from life, and this life that we came from built these objects to sustain the life. That's simple.
No. Because if I may have a last word also.
Okay, you have a last word.
What I've been saying all along is that I don't know how life originated. I don't know what was behind the Big Bang. The last word, the last precept that you said, Romans 1:20, you have to prove that him did it. And you haven't provided me with any evidence of any him or entity being behind everything about this. You have given me scientific examples of something that we know today, that we have studied and tested, but you haven't proven that anyone was behind it, behind life, behind creating life, behind creating the Big Bang, or put the Big Bang in motion. That's an extraordinary claim. So,
okay, and I'll finish with this. Let's go to 1 Timothy 6:20 real quick.
50 cal ready to blast.
1 Timothy. I think this was a good deal for everybody.
1 Timothy 6.
1 Timothy 6:20.
Okay.
Supply bag over here.
It says, Actually, let's start at verse 20. Yeah. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings. I think at the end of the day, it's very simple to really understand these concepts that the extraordinary claim can be backed up with extraordinary evidence of life in the ecosystem, in the world, and the universe around us, as that Romans says. It says, and oppositions of science falsely so called. Opposition to things that come against the simplicity of us seeing what we can see to see to prove that there was a creator, of science falsely so called, with some professing having erred concerning the faith. Grace be with you. Amen. So we can clearly see, right, that even through your science, that there has to be life that comes from life. There has to be somebody to act upon a force to give it motion, and there has to be something, something created or whatever this outside object was that acted upon the force to give it motion and to have life come from life, created this situation to sustain the life. This is why the world sustains the life. So, with that being said, it's very simple to see. Now, if you want to get into the whole details, bring him down here so I can talk to you. The scripture says that's not going to happen until you reveal yourself. But what we can see is there's something that is intelligent that put this light here. You can see it with the Bible, and you can see it with the scientific terms. I think that it was beautiful, a good breakdown. Maybe we'll do another topic later. It takes me. We'll do another topic later. I hope this is edifying to everybody. And I hope everybody's having a great Sabbath. Text me, brother. Let's do another topic. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would also say it was very nice talking to you. It's a fruitful debate. We have a back and forth. I think it was very civilized. And
yeah.
We may not see eye to eye on something, but I will look forward to having a fruitful debate.
Yes, definitely. We'll do it. You got my number. You can text me. Everybody, with all the evidence that we presented, you guys go ahead and be the judges of it. I want to say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem, Shalom to everybody. Peace and blessings to everybody.
Swarm defeated. Gear up and make sure your defenses are holding. You better hustle. Another swarm is almost on you. You got enemies in the terminal building. Intercept.
Eyes open for a lurker. We got a lurker. Somebody kill it. I need a shower.
You are all mine. Robotic death machine, baby.
Where is that creep?
All right. Quiet, or they hear us.
Electric grid is set.
Grid is ready to roll.
Supply bags open for business.
Eyes open for a lurker.
Here they come!
Fences ready.
Watch that goddamn lurker! Supply bag, over here!
Nice work. You bought us some time. Get yourselves resupplied and check defenses. Move it, people. They're coming in fast.
Fence should buy us some time.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Ah, that's better.
Fence is ready.
This'll do. Shh. Keep the noise down.
Old school, but it'll get us some time.
Rusty, but it'll do. Razor wire defense is set.
Grid is powered.
Hey, look over here.
Come on, creep.
Everything we've got.
Fresh ammo coming up. Oh, yeah!
Gas back running.
Oh, yeah!
One last gas bag.
Shit, here they come! Reloading! You gonna get up now? Oh, yeah. We've got a ball! Yeah, who's next?
Swarm defeated. Gear up and make sure your defenses are holding. You better hustle. Another swarm is almost on you. They're in the hangar. Switch positions.
Razor wire defense is set. Psst. Keep it down.
Voltage grid is live.
Supply bags open for business.
Blowing the door.
Grid
That's
is
what I'm
ready to
talking
roll.
about. Everybody, check this out.
Where is the electric grid is set.
Inspector's done! Swarm coming in! Oh, yeah! Racking them up! Y'all better run! I'm reloading! Is that all you got? Fresh ammo coming up!
Got eyes on a lurker. Get back! Get back down. Angry. Got a man down.
Whew.
Area clear. Stock up and check your defenses. Hurry up.
Auto turret is set. Can't wait to see him fry.
Come on, creep.
Got a lurker. I hear a lurker.
Shit! I see a creeper! Woo! Creeper taken out. Drop that screamer! Screamer! Take him out!
There's the spark. All guns on the screamer.
Fresh ammo coming up.
Gates under attack. Get them through.
All coming in.
Thanks. Here they come! Fresh ammo coming. I'm down! One of ours is down! Bull coming in!
Come on, bitches.
You got it. Yes. Watch out for that bull. Watch out for that bull. Oh, yeah.
You got them all.
Yeah.
And make sure your defenses are holding. Hurry up.
Appreciate it.
Swarm approaching from the terminal. Move it.
Fresh ammo coming up.
Hush it, people.
All right.
Ah, shit.
Hey,
I'm
we don't want them to hear us. I put up a fence over here.
Auto turret is scanning.
Electric grid activated. Supply bag over here.
Come and get it.
Want me? Come get me.
Reloading. I got eyes on an infector. Shooting up with the stim. Here they come. Gotta reload. I got no ammo.
What the fuck that happened?
Thanks. All right, let's do it. Oh, hazmat over here. Hold your breath. Shit! She got me! Inspector! She's gonna spin!
Oh, God, you ran into son of a bitch. What the hell?
Take on the gates. If they get through, we're dead.
Appreciate it. No more bull. Shit! Bull's down!
Hey, stay still. I got you.
Thanks. Supply bags open for business.
Look out for the lurker.
Swarm coming in!
No more lurkers.
Drop that screamer!
Screamer's gone.
We got a creep!
Take out the gates. If they get through, we're dead.
Fresh ammo coming up!
The gates! They're gonna break through! Take out the gates! If they get through, we're dead!
They're on top of me! Using the stim.
Area clear. Restock and patch up your defense lines. Move it, people. They're coming in fast. Enemy are moving in through the hangar. Move to new position.
Create his juice.
Fence should buy us some time.
Reloading.
Fence is ready.
Keep the noise down. Oh, you were all mine. Hey, look at this. Everybody, check this out.
Kill it! Fucking kill it!
That's what I'm next? Drop that screamer!
Man down over here!
The gate's under attack. Do not let them through.
It's on, bitches!
One last gas bag.
Reloading.
Take on the gates. If they get through, we're dead.
That's right.
You may be able to receive thousands of dollars from the government if you go solar this year. Plus, you may never have to make another electric bill payment ever again. Here's how it works. First, you must find out if you qualify for this brand new solar stimulus program that's available in your area. If you qualify, then you may receive thousands of dollars from the government in tax credits this year alone. Plus, you won't have to pay anything out of pocket, and you can sell your excess electricity back to your power provider to make some additional cash every single month. And that's on top of saving $100, $200, or even up to $500.
Okay. And let's start at verse 2nd Ezra chapter 13. So I'm gonna use a lot of common sense too, because you got a lot of people. I like to call them smart dummies. And what smart dummies like to do, what smart dummies like to do is smart dummies like to deflect a lot, right? Smart dummies like to deflect a lot. So we say calm down your brother. That means rise to the nation of Israel. That means rise to the nation of Israel. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true nation of Israel according to the Bible. Now, we know what we are. We are at the Merc Park, so we are ready for the conversation of us being Africans, us being Egyptians. We ready for that. We want to have that conversation, and our people are confused, right? We think we Crips, Bloods, and Africans. We Crips, Bloods, and Africans. So we want to go ahead and have a conversation. And it don't gotta be allowed, you know. Contrary to popular belief, we love to have a conversation. We want to have a conversation, have a talk with you, a dialogue with you. We want to know what's the solution to the problem of so-called black people in America. Right? That's what we want to know. What is the solution? What do we gotta do? How do we fix ourselves? Right? We believe that we have to come back to some order, structure, guidelines. You can't have a nation without a law. Understand? What nation of people is a powerful, strong nation just smoking weed on it? You're not gonna think that you're gonna be a powerful black man smoking weed on it. Understand? I mean, this is the worst part. This is supposed to be a hub of Afrocentricity, right? Afrocentric thought view. But it's a shame when, if this is supposed to be an area where we're noble individuals, but we got gang violence all around us, we drunk, we smoking crack, we taking heroin, we popping fornication. You can't rehabilitate a people when you got all of those things working against you. So what do we come out here to do? We come out here to tell you that the only way that we can change as a people is that we come back to the moral statutes and commandments of the Most High God. It ain't gonna work unless the man's gonna make a thing. That ain't gonna work. I mean, just for that to even be allowed to be played in this area, that's hypocrisy in itself. That's hypocrisy in itself. Because this supposed to be this is supposed to be the first part. This is supposed to be the first part. We're supposed to be no rules in here. We're supposed to tell you to cut that music off. Cut that promote our women to be sex slaves. We need to cut that off. Right? Our women supposed to be queens. The first part, this is what we call our women queens, right? But isn't that confusion if this is what we call our women queens and goddesses, but then we got bands to make her dance? Where the man is supposed to be like, what the hell is this? And I bet you we know the dance. We as a first part listen to bands to make her dance. Ain't that a damn shame? She's supposed to be a goddess. What happened to our women being goddesses? Right? Well, and look, y'all see that image of that black woman right there? Y'all see that image? You think bands to make her dance, and then we got that image painted on the wall. You see that? We got that image painted on the wall, but then bands to make her dance. Well, hey, bro, you know that, bro. You like that? That don't make no sense. We need to take. Hey, you know what, bro? We need to take her off the wall, put Nicki Minaj on that wall. We need to put Cardi B on that wall. Take her off, and put Nicki Minaj shaking her ass on that. Am I lying? Am I lying? You know what I'm saying? You see that? But this is what I'm saying. As black men and black people, we confused. We want your take, and we want to be able to be wrong. We want to be respected like goddesses, our women, right? And then the brothers, they want to be able to treat you like a hoe, and then call you a goddess when it's convenient. See, black people only do stuff when it's convenient. You know what I mean? Like, we only conscious conveniently. Like, we only conscious when a black man gets killed in the street by the cops. But we not conscious when a black man kills another black man. You know, we pay and choose when we want to be about black people. You know, just like we say, Black Lives Matter, only when you're not from the rival hood. You know, like, Black Lives Matter only choose for my sake. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, we choose
blowing the door.
You know what that means? That means that black people got to confuse that. I can say this because I'm black. And guess what? I know you more than you know yourself because I was raised around. I know how we act. You know what I'm saying? I went to the schools in the neighborhood. I grew up in the same area. You understand what I'm saying? I knew people that were in the Crenshaw High. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm from the area. And I know the delusional mind of my people. It's delusional. Like I said, we know it's delusional. We got this in the background. An Afrocentric hub.
This'll do.
This is an Afrocentric hub. Hey, Martin Luther King, what you think? How do you think he'll feel today? Martin Luther King, like, man, I had a dream and these niggas took my dream away. You mother, and we got those niggas, y'all, I died for you to shake the ass. Martin Luther King gave you life. Everybody knows what King is, right? It's pretty sure y'all know what it is. You got to get played every year. Martin Luther King died, y'all. It's free. That's what he died for. That's what you're telling me.
Who's next?
That's why Martin Luther King died. That's why we honor his legacy. What about Marcus Garvey? Afrocentric man. Marcus Garvey. Everybody up here knows Marcus Garvey, right? Marcus Garvey can't get somebody. For what? For what? And somebody might be like, well, what are y'all doing besides yelling on the mic? Let me tell you what we're doing as a black people. The first thing that we gotta do, and some of y'all might agree, if I get like just a second of your time, let me show you guys one thing real quick. Just a second of your time. What we preaching can change the black community in a second. I'm gonna show you this. Give me Galatians real quick. Give me Galatians 5.
Oh, yeah! Racking them up.
Just one scripture. Watch this. Now, I'm gonna show you how the Bible can heal the black community right now. I'm gonna show you.
Creep!
It's love, joy, peace. What is the fruit of the Spirit? Love, joy, peace. Now the Bible says the fruit of the Spirit is love. Now watch this. If brothers had the fruit of the Spirit and operated in love, how much gang violence would it be? How much gang violence would be in the neighborhood? Because before we can heal ourselves, we gotta heal ourselves as a nation. Like, just because I'm conscious so called, it doesn't mean anything because my people are not. So as long as my people are sick, I'm sick. See, that's the mentality we're gonna have, but black people don't have that mentality no more. Black people have a mentality of it's I, me. You understand? Now, the funny thing about it is, black people aren't allowed. I think, hey, he's not even black over there, huh? He's an Arab, huh? I think he's an Arab. He's not even a black man. He's just to come over here and respect for you and allow you.
Create his juice.
You understand? That's what he's allowed to do. That's what he's allowed to do. Disrespect a place and Afro-centric thought. You understand? But when we try to
Electric grid activated.
but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. See, if we actually did that with each other, there would be no gang violence. There would be no people being home and you never been home and watching if we have peace, love, joy, happiness to each other, see, this is the thing. We can't want the white man to respect us. I'm gonna say it like this. You can't want the white man to respect you when you don't respect your own damn self. How you want the white man who's not telling you on the street when you don't respect yourself? You don't even respect your own money. You don't even respect your children. You don't even respect who you are as a person. How do we respect
Bomber coming in! Shit! You got me! Watch your fire! Fresh ammo coming up. Come on, Creep. Here they come!
If we let him disrespect us, up there when he's playing, why do we expect anybody to respect us?
Watch your fire!
You got them all.
Sounds like
Restock and patch up your defense lines. You don't have much
Create his juice. Keep it down.
This is the problem that I have, right, with my brother, right? And this is all love. See, we only think, and this is what I was saying earlier, we don't look at each other as people. He disrespects one of us, he disrespects all of us.
Electric grid activated.
But he's not disrespecting me because I don't listen to him. No, he is disrespecting you. Because that's the view that the world has in your picture. The world thinks that your women are bitches. See, this is called
He's playing that music disrespecting Lamar Park. Because Lamar Park is supposed to be a place full of black country. I know and this is supposed to be a place of consciousness. And this is supposed to be a place of black consciousness. Why are we allowing the disgrading of our people? And then we got our people dancing to it, getting high. And a black conscious community supposed to be. This Lamar Park. It's Lamar Park. Look at that. And look at that. He's not gonna listen. Look at that. All the brothers right now is supposed to say, hell yeah, man, turn that shit off, man. Turn that shit off. Now,
Electric grid activated.
Or we would be hypocrites. Because we say this is supposed to be a black area. We say it's supposed to be a black area, but we don't respect it as a black area. We don't respect each other as it's supposed to be. How the hell this Lamar Park and we got gang violence right across the way? And then we say we African. We say we African. I'm an African. I'm a Rastafari. I'm a this. I'm a that. Not that in the hood. In our hood, your community. But see, that's the confusion. Give me Hosea 4. Give me Hosea 4. It's called confusion. It's called confusion. Am I lying? Look at that. You see that? He don't care, but he's touching a little bit of everything. Play some that all up, play it up prayer. Play that. Play up God in our prayer. Play that. He ain't gonna play that. Hey. Play what's his name? KRS-One. Play KRS-One. This is a conscious community, right? But see, he's not even black.
Yeah.
That's how he feels about it. I bet you that man don't even know the history. Hey, watch this, guys. Watch this thing. I bet you he don't even know this. I bet you he don't know the history of this. And yet he only believes it. So you can feel even worse. You can feel even worse that you even believe in it. Anybody that listens to that garbage as a black man can feel stupid because you degrade yourself. You listen to people say, I'm going to kill my brother. You know? And we black people. We black people. So fuck that nigga over there. So you should feel even worse if you're helping the destruction of your people. You aided in the destruction of your people and you happy about it. Man, I'm going to be honest, man, fuck rap music. Fuck rap music. You ain't doing that but killing your own body. And then it's crazy, when I say something like that, everybody have a heart attack. Oh my God, he just say fuck rap music, he just cussed. But Nicki Minaj just said, I'm a twerk all on his project. And we bumped that and we dancing in the street. We dancing in the street, getting high. It's the people. What a white man is having a people war, killing you. The white man is killing you, and we in the street getting high and drunk. Read that.
Put up a fence over here.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Electric grid activated.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. One more time.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because they have rejected
Razor wire
knowledge,
defense is set.
I will also reject thee.
You see that? God said my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Look at this. Look at our community.
Razor wire defense is set.
We literally got drug addicts walking down the street, jogging out, and we're used to that. Look, listen to me, brother. Listen to me. If you don't hear nothing else I say today, listen to me. We have normalized seeing people spaced out on drugs. We have normalized that to where our kids see down the street and they think that's normal. That is not. My daughter asked me, Daddy, what's wrong with him? And I have to tell her, do you think the white man see that on the west side over here in Hollywood? You in Beverly Hills. You see
Razor
that?
wire in place.
Our kids have to get used to that. And then we bump the music, glamorizing selling drugs in the community. You know how I feel? Anybody that sells drugs to his own people, you're a coward and a traitor to your nation. And I don't give a damn how you feel about it. You a coward when you sell drugs.
Razor wire defense is set.
You understand? See, this is why the Bible says my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge. They get mad at me. Look, he got mad at us. Look at it. That brother got mad at us. He got mad at us for telling the truth. truth. You don't like truth, because truth hurts. Truth hurts. Truth is gonna say truth is gonna say what needs to be said, whether your feelings like it or not. And that's one thing I respect about the Hebrew Israelites. We're gonna say it how it is, no matter how you feel. Remember, you know what? We're not gonna pick you up like Polite does the kids of Black Country community. You know what Polite did to the Black Country community? Not Polite. What did he do? He robbed the Black Country community. He's not robbing. He's not asking for much. The only thing we asking for is to change your mind. That's all we ask is to change your mind. Because you know what? I love you. I love you. I'm risking my life right now. Somebody, just pull out a gas right now. I'm risking my life. I don't know who that man is. He probably got a whole bullet behind him. I don't know. Why he come up risking our life to talk to you? But that's sad. It's a risky situation. It's our own people. Are you serious? In the so-called community, it's risky for me to talk to you, brother. It's risky. I can get shot right now by my brother. By my brother. Only black.
Get yourself resupplied and check defenses.
Now you gotta ask yourself, why? Why? It's called being sick. That's what it's called. It's called being mentally sick. You understand? What's this? We talking about we conscious, right? This a conscious area? But then the food we eat is killing us. So guess what? Even the food he's selling goes against Rastafari belief. But hold on. Even what he's selling goes against Rastafari and Afrocentric belief. But this is an Afrocentric neighborhood. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This is an Afrocentric neighborhood. And what he's listening to and selling on his food truck goes against Afrocentric.
Grant is juice.
That makes sense? That don't make no sense. You know why? Because America, you know, aka the place of confusion. This is the only place you can be conscious and a whole.
Electric grid activated.
You can be a conscious lord. I gotta be honest. This is the only place a woman can be a lord and be conscious. This is the only place. This is the only place where a woman can be conscious and a gay man. I'm conscious and I'm a Christian. I'm conscious and I'm a Muslim. I'm conscious and I'm Jewish. That's confusion. That's confusion. This is the only place that allows that kind of confusion. Does that even make sense?
Razor wire defense is set.
What kind of sense does that make? It makes none. It makes none. So what are we trying to do? Our mission is we actually trying to spread love. But real love. Because you know what love really is? See, love is not like,
yeah.
That's
Stay
not
down, creep.
Love is, I want to warn you that what you're doing is going to leave our future generations to death. That's love. That's it. But y'all, nobody don't look at it like this. But like I said, brothers right now, we risking our lives. This is talking.
I got you.
We risking our lives. This is talking to you, but we don't put our eyes on us right now. You say, look, we love you, you deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve better. They don't need to grow up. That school system will teach them that they will teach them. And that unified school system will teach them that. Matter of fact, I'm looking at all of that. That unified gives you better for county. That unified gives you better for county. That's your learning.
Come on now, creep. I know your ass is there.
Washington?
Never wait, like.
Oh, she's from the valley. Oh, okay. You might not be too familiar with how that school. But let me tell you all you go to school out in LA. You know the first day of school?
Oh, yeah. Racking them up.
This is what we like to learning. And we get oppressed by our brothers. We get oppressed by our kids. Give me that preset, man. Give me that preset. I gave my people.
I'm out of bullets.
One thing, let me show you something. 312, I gave you 12. We are getting oppressed. I'm going to read something. We are getting oppressed by our kids. By our kids. 13, matter of fact, no, 12 to 18, 21 are the oppressors in our community. So guess what? If you go to school, they'll start with the school right here. The first one you're going to ask when you get to middle school, the next one you get, when you And if you're not from nowhere, you're not because you're going to get desperate every day. I got picked on every day from my brothers. From my brothers, I got picked on every day. That's every day. You think that's cool? Oh, people are oppressing us. You understand what I'm saying? And then that makes me, you know what that makes somebody? What that tells me is I can't come to school and go to school. I gotta go to school and worry about these gangsters beat my ass every day. So you know what I gotta do? I gotta find a hood to beat from. Where are you? That's how it starts. At school. At school. They recruit us at school. Watch this in the strike, tonight. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12. This is the Bible. Watch this. As for my people, read, children are the oppressed, children are the oppressors, read, and women rule over them. And that's another topic. Our sisters now are ruling over them. All our brothers are sex slaves. Sex slaves. All we want to do is have sex. That's the only thing black people know how to do. All we want to
Auto turrets ready for action.
Oh, wait, what's this? I'll be honest with y'all. I'm going to be a little bit truthful with y'all. Black entertainment is getting
eyes open for alert.
Sex and now homosexuality. That's black entertainment.
We got an auto turret.
I'm going to say it in the right order. Gang violence, sexuality, and now the new thing is homosexuality. Because the white man is programming our next generation. Why don't we go down and
Creeper taken out.
You know what it's called? It's called social engineering. If you don't know what it is, I'm going to explain it to you. Watch this. Listen carefully. Social engineering is this. In your era, you was raised to be a man.
Protect us. Supply bag over here.
His era is already set. You're not worried about it. You're worried about the next generation. So what we're going to do is socially engineer the next generation to be happy with homosexuality. I'm going to give you an example. Just put here and there in the TV show. Add one day here. You don't have to have a whole bunch of fun. Just put it. Never have every now. And then eventually, that goes to now, he's in the show. He has a prominent role. Now put a prominent role in the kids' life. And watch this on TV. So what are the kids getting trained to think? It's okay. Now you might be like, oh, I never go like that. You don't realize you work at 9 to 5. You work 2 9 to 5. You come home, be tired. You tell your kids to go on TV. I'm tired. I gotta go to sleep. I watch TV. So your kids turn on the TV. Where they see. Now it goes from a little line to now I have a role in this show. Now a whole homosexuality show. See what I'm saying? And so what did that say?
Yeah.
Who's next? Just like what is funny these days. Now, we should have made your first one be on. She said her daughter don't listen to her rules. Why do you think that our daughter don't listen to her rules? If you let your daughter listen to that, that's your fault. What is that telling you, lady? What the hell is that telling you? What is that telling you? That tells you that she got enough sense to make sure she her baby.
Racking them up.
She's still a dirtbag for that, and she don't care if it affects your baby. What she's saying is, F you, give me your money, and I'll raise my daughter right. But you let your daughter listen to me. Because who's fucking her music? The women from 12 to 25. From 12, 11 to 25. You understand what I'm saying? This is a plague. Now, let me ask you something. There's one more thing you gotta hear before you go, please. Go to any place in the world.
All right.
China, hell, Africa, Europe. They gonna know you as a bad bitch. They're gonna know you as a bad bitch. Go to China. They might not tell you, but in their mind,
Stay there.
Because that is what's being shown to the world about you. So when they see you, why you think they don't respect you? Why you think the Korean man in his nail salons and his hair shop is whooping your butt, beating black women up, choke slamming black women, and we still pissing on their business? for being Asian Lives Matter, but Asian Lives, now we got the Black Lives Matter movement fighting for Asian people. When's the last time an Asian person
death machine, baby?
What is going on? When has an Asian person ever protested?
Coming in!
When? There are black in the LA riot. That was the one with them down.
Fresh ammo coming up.
Think about it.
Hazmat over
You want to
here.
keep up on LA? The Chinese was busting at you. They wasn't all the people that roll with them. And all of y'all be talking that. All of y'all be talking about making me sad. But you want to come Asian. Y'all see what I'm saying? The Mexicans was the only one that rolled with it. You know why? Because they really are tough. But y'all don't realize is the Mexican is nothing but a Native American that was raped by the Spanish people. And the Native Americans were black.
Really?
And then y'all look at them like, oh, they not my people because they speak a different language and they got a different tag. I got a different tag from this brother. This brother got a different tag from this brother. We the same people. We get no press the same way. You understand what I'm saying? And then, not to mention, we don't have to
Who's next?
because I started with that money. I really do work for my friends. Like, I don't just say I literally start that fight in my apartment. So I'm probably in there, I'm going to say, when I get back home, I say, oh, no, I don't bring it. Stop that one. One time, being this brother, one time. Brother pulled up on us. Hey, we don't know. We don't nowhere. But come here. No, please, no. Don't leave. Stay right here. Now I'm the 14. You bang on me, I'm a 12. You understand what I'm saying? Because in 2021, I'm not scared of my own.
That's right.
I'm not scared of my own. I'm not scared of my own. I'm not scared of you. I'll tell you the truth. I'm not scared to tell you something that hurts your feelings because I love you that much. And I want you to change. I don't want you to be violent. Come on, man. Look at this. We got 30 people on drugs. Right here out of her mind dancing. Right here, a few seconds ago when we pulled up, she was right here out of her mind dancing, and we walked by like nothing. We don't want to help her nothing because we don't give a damn. Only thing black people care about is yourself. Be selfish. Black people are selfish. I know. Because I got family here.
Razor wire defense is set.
We selfish. We beat with Auntie Jackie, beating with Auntie Keisha. Auntie Keisha mad at Grandma TT. Whatever. Coleman Corey. No, like Auntie Shanique. That's the real. Am I lying? That's my family. That's my family. Yeah, I know. In this world,
Razor wire in place.
started. See, my family fighting over just millions of stuff. And then my school, my high school, because where you from, you want to put hands on me? We're supposed to be doing this to a white man. But then, you know what? You're a white man. You love him so much. No, I'm not saying nothing about the white man. No. Now, we got to say something about it. Why? Because the conditions we are in is his fault. Now, I can say it is our fault. It's not his fault. But it's his fault too. Because don't put the check on the people. Just like you didn't take tobacco. I didn't. And then he turned around and gave us jail time. Then they got him back. I didn't even know where that came from. I'm not even over slavery. Because he just told you, he didn't give you no reparation. They just told you that. Y'all not getting no reparation for slavery. But we will go to Israel and fight this war. How much they care about you? What does that say about you? What does that say about you? That they fought a war in a whole other country.
It's fucking crazy.
What are they doing for you? Huh?
Man.
So what does that tell? now, it's not enough for me to change. And you guys didn't change. But see, you know what it is? The white man has done a good job. I say this. The white man has done such a good job at letting you fulfill your sense of desire. This is why it's hard for black people to be conscious. Why? Because I like going to the club.
Looking away from my money on that shit.
I like going to the club and people to check money. I like doing that. That's why people think they like doing that. So whenever you tell them, hey, you gotta change that, it's hard to get because I like my pleasure. I like my weed. I like my drink. I like that. I don't want to wait there. I like being hard. But a lot of that is basically the hardship that we were forced to grow up in. We were forced to grow up in others. I remember my homie sandwiches for dinner. And then y'all ever had a mayonnaise sandwich? Just mayonnaise and bread? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's why I'm telling y'all the truth. I have to work for the things I have today. Right? Harder. The job that I do, it's a shame. I got a prestigious job. When I go to work, you know what the fellow black men tell me? They say, look, black men in this position, let me tell you something. They don't put their own in. And we gotta work harder. I gotta make sure my report is extra crisp. I can't afford to have no errors in my report. You understand what I'm saying? When I go to work, I can't be too low. I gotta make sure that I'm on my A game. That's not fair. That's fair. We built it. We built it. Without the free labor of building that, there would be no American.
One of ours is
You
down.
deserve more. You supposed to. You deserve more than to be able to vote. Nah, you deserve the whole White House. Matter of fact, you deserve to pick who goes in there, not vote so people can pick and choose. We deserve, not y'all. Let us pick. We gonna pick because we built this place. This place is hard. We don't want you to get. We don't want the candidate that you give to us to pick. You know what? I like this person right here. I think you should be in. You know what? You gotta love people. You know what? You gotta love people. You know what? You got votes for your candidate. What's your name? We vote for Sean. But on Sean doesn't have the position. And if you don't like it, you don't go over here and make it simple. That's what you're talking about. That's real stuff. That's when you're going to get scared. When you start talking like that, that's when you get scared. It ain't to vote in their system. It's to do your own. That's why they kill. Well, they had TikTok. They had them reported. Why? Because he was trying to liberate them. See, that's what we try to do. But before we can get liberation, we got to liberate ourselves. Before we can get liberation from white man, we got to liberate ourselves from each other. You know what I'm saying? We got to liberate ourselves from each other. That's what we're trying to do out here. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring it back. Now,
Robotic death machine, baby.
I know y'all getting pictures. Real quick. If I don't show you guys this, everything I said is for everybody can hear me.
Quiet, or they hear us.
Hello? Hello? I never got the number. No, you didn't. I don't have no text message. Nothing. Alright.
And it's okay. It's okay if you don't. By show of hands, who believes in this book? If you don't, it's okay.
That's what I'm talking
If you don't, it's okay. You believe in it? You believe in it? Okay. But really, if you don't believe in it, I want you to not believe in it. I want to show you something. So if you don't believe it, that's fine. Because I'm going to show you something that may change your life. In this book, let me tell you something. People be like, man, that's a white man book. He used that book to enslave me. Why would you not want to read that book? If that's what he used, give me that one. Because that's the blueprint of how he got it. Come on, man. Y'all know, y'all seen that movie, Birth of the Nation. What did that Turner use to start that revolution? He used it. Y'all who think that movie, Birth of the Nation? Y'all gotta watch that movie. You haven't seen it, watch that movie. What y'all feel in that movie is
You're moving slow.
Keep playing that movie was, and this is why he got in trouble. It wasn't because he was killing white people. That's not why he got in trouble. There's a lot of movies of black people killing white people. He didn't get in trouble because of black people killing white people. He got in trouble because he showed this book as being a liberation tool. That's why he got in trouble. And I'm going to show you something in the book. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 1. Watch it. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. Don't shoot. And it shall come to pass, and thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations. Now watch this. I'll tell you something. The people in this book are you. And I'm going to prove that to you after I read this. But I'm going to read this to you first. And I'm going to prove that the people in that book are you. No, not. I'm not talking about what black. No, they are you. I'm going to show you that. So I can prove it to you historically that the real Jews in 70 AD fled Jerusalem and went into West Africa. West Africa was a home of the slave trade.
You're going to be okay.
This is real history. You can verify. Look up the siege of 70 AD. When the Romans destroyed Jerusalem, the Jews that were in Jerusalem went and fled into Africa. Why did they go to Africa if they were white? Where they gonna go at to hide from the little people like this? In Africa. They went to Africa. Now, watch this. It says that we will be above all nations.
The screaming is attracting others.
Watch this.
Shot me.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. It says on the flip side of that, if you don't listen to my commandments, all these curses are going to come upon you. Now, these curses are only specifically given to your people. I'm going to show you. Watch this. Read that. Verse 46. Watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon my seed forever. And upon now watch this.
Electric grid activate.
The curses shall be a sign and a wonder upon your seed forever. Now what is a sign? What is a sign? A sign to let you know what something is, right? Like when you see a sign, it's to let you know what something is, to let you know where you at. So God said, if you do not listen to his word, I will put these curses upon you as a sign. Now, let's see some of these curses, and all y'all gotta do is shake your head if that identifies with your people. Watch this. This is the Bible now. Watch this. Now, go from there and read this. Read this. Read that. People, whoa, run out!
Come on, creep.
28 verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you, so that the man
We don't want them to hear us.
among you, and very delicate. This is a sign, don't forget, that the man that is tender among you, and very delicate, watch this. So that means your brother, the man, used to be tender and delicate. Watch this, please. His eye shall be evil for his brother. That now his eye is going to be evil for his brother. I just gave y'all a whole history lesson on how I got banged on in school by other black men. Evil towards his brother. Who can say that?
Here they come.
And say, we're not talking about murder. We're talking about perpetual hate. Oh, but look, there's four. There's four. Bring it out. Get out. And there is woman. So he's not just going to hate his brother. He's going to hate his woman too. F that evil. Use it like F-the-P, F-the-O. But it's four. What's it, Reed? Come on. This is the lead. Who needs the house in the black community? The father. Who else can identify with that as a man? We're not talking about here and there. As a whole straight of people. There's brothers here that not grow with their daddy.
Shit! Boom!
Out of all the brothers here, I mean, what's right here? Who grew with their father?
Shit! I see a creeper.
Who grew with their father? Right there. That was in the Bible as a
Still didn't kill the fool. What the fuck?
He's down.
If I line up white men right here and say who grew with their father, all their hands gonna go. And I grew with my father too. So only two brothers out of this whole line of people grew with their father. What does the Bible say? His eyes shall be evil towards his brother, gangbanging, and his wife, rap music, and the remnant of his children, which he shall leave single parent households. That's in the Bible. Why the pastor never read that? But I got more. It's not even done yet. We're not done. Now watch this. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman.
Now the women who used to be tender and delicate, watch this, read.
Which were not offended.
Everybody, check this out.
With her foot upon the ground for delicateness.
Our sisters used to be so delicate.
Put the jacket down.
Our women used to be tender and delicate. But watch this down, what are they, read?
And tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
What race of women other than black women and Latino women, what other race of people say, I don't need a nigga?
Niggas ain't shit.
Excuse my language, but I gotta say it. Niggas ain't shit. You see white women say white men ain't shit. When? When was the last time you heard a white woman say white man ain't shit? When did you ever see an Asian man or Asian woman say Asian man ain't shit?
Over here.
Black women, niggas ain't shit. That's in the Bible. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see why we try to hip hop come back? Because I can identify you with these curses. Every single one. It's not done. We're not done yet.
And for her son, and for her daughter, and not only the man, but the son.
I can't get on that word. I can't say you're feeling ass. My bad. You look like your dad. Look. Look at that sound.
Reloading.
His mother is saying that about
Watch your fire! Yeah, Who's next?
so what is he going to do?
Everyone's screaming.
You know, what they do? They go to work and
Come on now, creep.
the dude, the mama boyfriend that she's messing with, is not the father of her daughter, is hitting on her, and the mama get mad at the daughter. Tell me what other representative does that. If she's mad at the baby, we don't have a boyfriend.
Backing him up.
He's short. I know people around me that got that short. Who can identify with that other than that? Give me another recipe. Hey, it's not a I got so much more. But I'm gonna get out one more. But out of the two recipes,
Okay.
that's not even all of it. That's not even all of it. There's only two. Watch this.
Now watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, listen to this one carefully. This is a prophecy. See, this is what prophecy is. This is prophecy right here. I'm going to show y'all. It says, and the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again with ships. Now, what is Egypt? Egypt is just a Greek word. Alright? It's just a Greek word. That's all it is. Now, according to the Bible, when you read the Bible, the word Egypt is synonymous with
bondage. I want to show you that. It is. I'll show you that. And the Bible Egypt is synonymous with bondage. Why? That was the first bondage that the nation of Israel was in Egypt. And if I got any Afrocentric people that don't believe that, I got the proof to prove that we was in Egypt. I got it. I got the records. Look up the Emperor Papyrus. That's a papyrus from a priest, Egyptian priest that wrote about the children of Israel. Look that papyrus up. Look up the Manetha steps or the Manetha steps. That's in the walls of Karnak. That's in the land of Karnak. And it's on the walls. It tells you that the king Manetha or Manetha took the nation of Israel in bondage. So if you want to challenge me on that, I love it. Let's do it. I'm pulling up with it. But it's not. Telling y'all what's going on. But
electric grid activated.
The nation of Israel was in Egypt. And the Egyptian walls are the record. Now, I'll show you something, right? Read this.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Amen. Now, it says, I brought you out of the house of bondage. Now, I'm showing you that Egypt is synonymous with bondage in the Bible. Now, we're going to go back and read that last one.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
So now it says, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, which is bondage. The Lord shall bring thee into bondage. Right? Read.
Again with shit.
That was again with shit. It said, the Lord shall bring thee into bondage with shit.
Love.
What other race of people went into slavery on ships? King James Bible. My grandma did it all her life. You know that saying? The truth begins in plain sight.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
And I said, I will bring you into Egypt. Egypt is synonymous with bondage. You're not going to see that way back. Have we went back? But it's not over. And then he said when we get there, we're going to have to read it.
And there ye shall be sold.
It says, and when you get there, you're going to be sold, read,
unto your enemies.
It says, so I'm going to take you in a bondage on shit. And when you get to where you're going on that bondage, you're going to be sold to your enemy. What happened when we came over here on that transatlantic slave trade? We got here, we got sold.
And there ye shall be sold into your enemies for bondman and bondwoman.
You're going to be sold by a slave man and a slave woman. So what happened when we got over here? We were sold. I'll even show you this. Give me Joel. Now, I'm not just going to show you that slavery is put in the Bible as a prophecy, but now I'm going to show you who was involved in it as it says it in the Bible. This is why they don't want you to read this book. The church did a horrible job with this book. Because they not really representing the truth of this book. But it's all prophetic. It's all spiritual. Because God was like, I'm not going to take the truth away from the book because I want them to come back. So I'm going to keep the Bible around them. So one day, they're going to read it to change their life. Watch this. Joel chapter 3. Again, verse 4. Read 2.
Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley to Jehoshaphat.
God said that.
What's your job?
One more.
Somebody help! There's a creeper. Okay. Don't shoot! I need meds! Hold him off!
The title for this particular session is Our Father.
I'm down!
When Jesus taught us to pray, the beginning of the prayer he taught us was Our Father who's in heaven. I don't believe Jesus used words recklessly. I believe it was intentional. And just for clarity's sake, this is not a holiday lesson. I didn't build this simply to acknowledge a calendar day or a day to move a greeting card. I believe the notion of God as our Father is essential for our spiritual well-being, and it's particularly significant in the season that we are walking through. There's a revolution which has been launched. Not the first time in human history, and I doubt it's the last. But the outcome at this point is unclear.
Yeah.
It may have been introduced to us by the virus from Wuhan, but the outcome of this unannounced revolution goes far beyond biological threats. Enormous forces have been unleashed in our nation and around the earth. And I would submit to you that God's people hold the keys. I've said it before, and I'm going to continue to say that. Our temptation, it seems to me, as God's people, is to return to the patterns and objectives we knew prior to 2020. COVID has receded somewhat. Let's hurry back to where we were. I don't believe that's a helpful response. God has wakened us, and we're going to have to choose to follow him on pathways of new responses. That is the question before us. Are we willing to follow God in a new way, or will we hurry back to the patterns that we knew prior to 2020? And this notion of God as our Father is essential to our answer, and I want to spend a few minutes with you today on that topic. It's the best definition I know of God's relationship to humanity. His choice, not ours. Father describes the role that God chose for himself in creation. It's important to acknowledge that and important to understand that.
You may be able to receive thousands of dollars from the government if you go somewhere this year. Plus, you may never have to make another electric bill payment ever again. Here's how it works. First, you must find out if you qualify for this brand new solar stimulus program that's available in your area. If you qualify, then you may receive thousands of dollars from the government in tax credits this year alone. Plus, you won't have to pay anything out of pocket, and you can sell your excess electricity back to your power provider to make some additional cash every single month. And that's on top of saving $100, $200, or even up to $500 per month on your electric bills every month for the next 25 years or more. All you have to do is fill out a free, no-commitment, 60-second survey to see if you qualify for this limited-time program. So just click the button below to take the free survey now.
Small business owners who want to save time and money should go to buyberg.com to get a policy in less than 5 minutes. As part of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway Insurance Group, we make it simple to save you up to 20%. Get a quote and buy your policy online, or speak with our licensed insurance experts for help choosing the right coverage. Visit buyberg.com today.
A person's biggest problem in truly wanting to learn the history and geography of the world is simply forgetting everything that they've ever been taught. Forget America, for in another time it was another place. Forget Africa, that place existed by another name. Forget Europe, forget Asia, forget everything you know. Forget the Pacific, forget the Atlantic. The word Oceanus arrived with the Greek. Forget Anno Domini, forget BCE. The unrecorded gaps in time are inked out and rewritten. Those rewritings became the foundation of all world knowledge and information as we know it today. We learned that at one point in time, the entire world was only the size of Europe, and nothing else so-called west of Spain existed. Nothing so-called south of the Sahara existed. Nothing east of so-called Arabia existed. And there was nothing so-called north of the caves. This is the superior knowledge and geography the world was supposedly based upon. Seems crazy, right? Until you realize that the world still follows this very same blueprint today. That's right, thousands of years later, supposedly, we still use this extremely illegitimate information to establish the basis for all world history. It's a fact, the world map is wrong, far beyond the inaccuracy of countries' depictions based upon actual size. The map is wrong because it deceptively attaches locations incorrectly on the world based upon pre-Columbian history. Question: why doesn't the Smithsonian recognize any artifact of discovery dated before the siege of Columbus in the Americas? Pre-Columbian history obviously existed in the so-called Americas. The overwhelming evidence also exists that the world's oldest populations migrated from the Americas to other parts of the world. Question: what would be the point of hiding all pre-Columbian history? What would be the point of continuing to push a huge lie about world history?